Testing, testing. Good evening, good afternoon, chachos and mugatos, perros and cats. We are here live with the third installment, the second live of JCW Lunacy. Who's the big investor? Everybody's been talking about it. Their viewers doubled, more than doubled, on a holiday too, on Thanksgiving, where people are turning off the TV. They might just watch football. They certainly aren't getting on YouTube or on their phones because you know people are getting called out. Why are you on your phone? Come to the dinner table. It's Thanksgiving. Nonetheless, they keep on setting a standard. Hey, let's get this amount, that amount. More than double the viewers today on YouTube, on Psychopathic Records, or if you YouTube or just Google JCW Lunacy. And if I'm out of breath, man, I blame it on the Fago, man. I tried it. Oh, my God. I swear I'm not like the wrestler Co-Kane. It is, whew. Man, if I'm blinking, it's the bar that I'm in. I haven't been at the studio in a long time. Dust is kicking up. I'm trying to settle down after the crazy ending. And let's get straight into it. We're going to take a few DMs. The notes are on the bottom. We're going to try to make this quick and short and sweet. Stay here for at least 2 minutes. That's all I'm begging you. I'm begging for 2 minutes of your attention. We're going to read some of the DMs up on that other one, you know, that other platform. We can't say the name. But let's get right into it, man. Vince Russo is the investor. Vince Russo came out when Big Vito was expecting somebody to deliver Co-Kane, the wrestler, CEO-Kane. But he didn't get Co-Kane. Yo, my algorithm, YouTube is probably like, why is the Swerve show talking about delivering Co-Kane? Well, yeah, it's the wrestler. It's not the powder, okay? He didn't get that, but he got Vince Russo. Hopefully my microphone is on. And he told the JCW, man, that Fago's kicking in, 40 grams of sugar or something like that? Sheesh. But, man, I need to calm down. It was an awesome show. He's saying that these juggalos, they need to get out of this wrestling bubble. He's going to take them to that next level. I'm tired of you cursing and everything. Big Vito is cursing at everybody. Somebody threw something at him. It was like WCW-esque. When the NWO would cut a promo, people are throwing stuff at Hogan. People are throwing stuff at him. And Big Vito's like, yo, keep on throwing that stuff like I was throwing dollar bills at your mother last night. Shout out to Big Vito. Jeff Lane 22 for shouting me out and getting more views than my own channel did. Shouting me out on my review from last week. Jeff Lane 22. He has a video game channel. Vince Russo for retweeting me. And Jasmin St. Clair of in her tag team group. I don't want to say Monster Factory Inc. I don't want to, but that was one of the matches where the people started coming in. I don't know if it's because of her or Ring Rat, the hot chick from the guardrail, the fan who jumped over with Jeeves. I don't know, that view, that's when it started jumping up. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying But Vince Russo is the new investor. He's the Dixie Carter, the GM, the commissioner, the owner, the people giving out the bucks. He said tune in next week. He's going to take the juggalos out of this, hellhole. He's going to make them grow. He's going to be, he's the reason why the Attitude Era was the Attitude Era and why WCW did. I'm all over the place, man. It's the Fago, man. I blame Vince Russo and all the juggalos talking about it. You see it on the thumbnail. I'm about to go to like the Vito or something to get my blood checked after this. Nonetheless, I like the show. It starts off, it tells you what they're gonna give to you. They tell you, hey, this is what to expect. Who's the investor? Who are the matches? You're gonna get Kerry Morton. You didn't get the Cowboy James Storm one-on-one with their new RVD version. They're like their MJF, their LA Knight. This guy, Kerry Morton, if I'm saying his name right, he's the man. I could see JCW jumping on his back, having him carry him on into the future. Why am I trying to sound smart? I need some THC in my system, man. I need to smoke something, but I don't. I just drink Mad Fago with Michael Myers. And I need to slow down. I definitely need to slow down, but they tell you what to expect. I got my notes here, so you don't have to take them down. We're going to take some DMs. We're going to see what people are chatting. I already see 4 people have DM'd me. So we're going to see what they have to say about the show. We're going to drop a link, a call number, and whatnot, all within 20 minutes, probably 18 minutes now. That's why I'm speaking fast, and I'm a New Yorker, bro. What else? They have big stars. They have Cowboy James Storm. He showed up. He was fighting their #1 crown jewel, the cream of the crop. He rises to the top. You got to spend $5K to get him on an indie show. You need to rent out a hotel for 12 rooms for all of his friends. You need a limousine. Yeah, he was on the show. I like him. He was going at it with Cowboy James Storm. James Storm won. We got Co-Kane, the wrestler. They had a lot of drug innuendos with him and Big Vito. I liked it. Big Vito definitely wants to kick his ass. He was talking about, bring me cocaine. He was talking to his tag team partner. I guess his name is Stephen Flowers or something. He didn't produce cocaine. He was expecting to give Big Vito cocaine by the end of the night, but he didn't get cocaine. He got the Godfather, Vince Russo. And that's when everybody started going crazy, throwing stuff in the ring. Very, very cool. Very cool entrance, like I said on my show from last week. You have the DJ up on the top of the stage. You have colorful lights. The cameraman is off the hook. I know that cameraman probably swallowed his freaking cojones when James Cowboy Storm took his camera and lifted it over the top rope. In the back of my head, he's probably like, dude, I spent like $5K on that. Speaking of $5K, why does a referee owe Big Vito $5K or $10K? Every time Big Vito's in this bathroom, Big Vito gets into like drama with outbreak. You got zombies in the bathroom. He can't even take a piss. You got Co-Kane doing cocaine in the bathroom. He's found Jeff the ref. Somebody, I guess, that had an issue with him 10 years ago. He bumps into him. He's like, yo, Jeff, don't I know you from somewhere? You were supposed to go to your sister's your sister's wedding. You didn't show up because you owed me money. And he grabs him. He looks like an old Sammy Guevara. He just grabs him. He's like, you owe me money. I'm going to take care of it. I wanted it paid in full. No installments, no subscriptions. I want it paid in full. And we got that. I'm going to check out the chat real fast. Hopefully my microphone is working. We got King L Moxley up on here. Thank you. Hopefully the microphone is working. If it's not, please let me know. Murphy's Law, it's been 9 times out of 10. I'll do a whole entire hour stream. And it's just like, yep, it didn't go through. But it looks like it's going through right now. Nonetheless, we're back to it. We got the banners going. We got Mecha Wolf. It seems like in Chatty, a lot of people love Mecha Wolf. He's Puerto Rican. He's got a mask on. I didn't know. He's got some crazy moves. One of the matches that didn't fluctuate in ratings when they were live. A lot of people tuned into the storylines, the backstage drama, see what Big Vito has to say, seeing who the investors are, the commentary team, which is off the hook. They know how to speak. They know how to get their points across. They describe what's going on, what happened in the past, throwback clips of when they had Brian Pillman on the show 2 weeks ago, Scott Hall. Who else was on the show? Sabu. You've had so many old school cats that I even know about. And to think about it, JCW's been popping for 25 plus years. Has it been that long? And Vince Russo has the nerve to actually tell him that he's going to take him out of this bubble and do better. I can see it. I can see that happening. We got to just tune into next week, like you said. To Talk Tony is their world champion. When I see him, I see what Eddie Kingston should be. He's a man. He looks real. He fights real. He goes in there and he's kicking ass. He's not doing flips. He's not doing wrestling moves. He's an old school Dino Bravo type of character. He's Paul Roma. He's the guys that back in the day you like, man, all right, that's a man. That's a guy that would beat my ass. Like, I'm a kid. I'm a teenager. I could fight him. I could fight that guy. I could probably kick that guy's ass. But nah, that's a man. That's a real man. I got to call my dad for that, you know? So that's what I see in him. He takes his character very well. He has a few gray hairs on his chin, I think, just like Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston should be that. But Eddie Kingston, I don't know what's happening in that level, but he's a believable champion. He's a fighter. I like where he's going from. Check him out. His name is, I believe, To Talk Tony. Previously, I think Matt Cardona was the champion, unless he wins it next week. Or am I back a few? Because I know I could have sworn Vince Russo, that tape of him coming out was already like broadcasted on X, and they repeated it. The bad thing about the show was like the silhouette, the mystery partner did look like Vince Russo, right, Michael Myers? It looked like Vince Russo. You saw his amazing hair. Hopefully I have that hair when I grow up. The leather jacket, you saw it in him. So I believe next week Matt Cardona might actually become the champion, Zack Ryder. And that's just after he was in the John Cena tournament. So if they did quadruple their numbers on a holiday on Thanksgiving, what are they going to do next week? It's Nonetheless, as I said, thank you to Jeff Lane, Jasmin Sinclair, Russo, Big Vito for shouting me out on Twitter. Very, very cool. What else we got? We got talking about Kerry Morton. He's their rising upcoming superstar. I love it. I see where he's going. Definitely get behind him. He's a heel. He's a bad guy. He's got the it factor. He might have to do a few new things here and there because the numbers did dip a little bit because you got to expect that we're all here for Vince Russo. We love the storylines. The wrestling, not so much. When you hear Kerry Morton, people talk about his commercial, his ads, his promos. Not so much about his wrestling, even though his dad is awesome. Not so much about his wrestling. It's about the promos, his skits, his charisma. So you could expect why it dipped a little bit, but it went back to 4K, man. It's amazing to see how far they've come from. And they're killing it right now. A few people last week on my X said that a couple matches dragged on. I could see that. I'm not sure if they dragged on because we're expecting Russo. We can't wait to see what Russo is going to give to us. That even a good match feels prolonged and dragged. I could see that because we're like, oh my God, what's happening next? Let's go to a backstage segment with Big Vito, Jasmin Sinclair, Co-Kane. What's happening? The outbreak, the zombies that are scarier than freaking Wyatt 6. What the Wyatt 6 should have been is what the outbreak is. And their makeup, their costume, like Ben Hameen says, commit to the bit. Yo, these guys, they look like somebody you'd see downtown in Cincinnati, downtown in Detroit, Brooklyn, Williamsburg, Rochester, Los Angeles. You'd see these guys and you would see like, yeah, those aren't zombies. Though that's not makeup. That's just Bob and Jamal from the corner store coming out. They need to get their fix. They need a cocaine. But gotta check those guys out. Let's see what else we got on these notes that I talked about. Ring Rats. That chick, her name is Ring Rat. After all these years about people talking about ring rats, a ring rat, for those of you who don't know, is a girl that supposedly, quote unquote, sleeps around the indies with hot wrestlers that she thinks are going to draw and probably progress to the WWE or make that money, or simply just because she thinks they're hot and she just wants to have sex with them. How come after all these years there's never been a female wrestler by the name of Ring Rat, or just does the stuff that she does? She's going around backstage flirting with wrestlers. She's a manager of somebody. And then like he leaves and then like she touches his opponent on the chest. And then she's just getting on her knees. It's about like she's about to give this guy a blowjob in the middle of the ring. And then she's just going all around and she's fun as hell. She's thick. She's committing to the bit. And if you don't know what commit to the bit means, it's basically, here's an example. When Jade Cargill was fighting Naomi and Naomi hit her with a car and Jade Cargill is like plastered on the freaking windshield. The next day, they both take a selfie at the Knicks game front row doing duck kisses. That's not committing to the bit. Committing to the bit would have been like, even if they did go to the game, they would have had like Naomi would have taken a picture of her in a car and almost trying to hit her again while she's going to Madison Square Garden or something, or just not hugging and kissing each other. Like you basically almost killed her on Monday Night Raw, but then the next night you're going to the Knicks game. Talking about cocaine and outbreak, yeah, I don't know. That's not committed to the bit. You want to go up online. You want to stay true to yourself. You don't want to have a feud with somebody, and then the next day, both of you are promoting each other's OnlyFans. You don't want to have Hulk Hogan fighting the Ultimate Warrior if they're on, and then the next day, they're hugging each other, working out at the WWF weight gym. Stone Cold, when he was fighting The Rock, they weren't going to take a picture in a hotel room chugging down a freaking tequila. Nonetheless, I like how everybody commits to the bit. That's been Hameen's work. Check him out, Hameen Media Group. He's part of the Russo brand with Big Vito, Jasmin Sinclair, Jeff Lane 22, all of them. If anybody has broken more accurate news on a regular basis, it's been Hameen and that group of guys. And they've been on par. They don't even ask for $5 a month. I think the whole entire Russo brand is less than a cup of coffee. I forgot what he says, like 75 cents a week, if that, $5 a month. Not even. Definitely worth it. Give them a try. What else? Just going over there. We're going to go over the DMs. I got a few DMs. If you want to do live call-ins, I got that link. But Big Vito, always getting a drama in the bathroom. Two Talk Tony, he's a real man. He's a champion. He looks like somebody that could kick your ass. Mecha Wolf, a lot of people like that wrestler. He's a very good lucha. He's from Puerto Rico. And speaking of Puerto Rico, there's a United States champion who doesn't want to get hurt. He wears bubble wrap. I didn't get his name because I'm still learning everybody. This is all new to me. This is the first time I've watched JCW. But he's the United States champion of U.S. territories that people don't know are part of the United States. Like, he was representing Guam. He was representing Puerto Rico, the Samoan Islands. When people talk about, like, there's a lot of people that talk about Bad Bunny saying, oh, he's not American. He shouldn't be in the he shouldn't be in the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. He's from Puerto Rico. But then you're like, hey, dummy, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. It's not a state, but it's part of the United States. So he's representing those continents, the territory that people don't really know about. So props to that. Whoever came up with that idea, I'm loving it. Very, very cool. Co-Kane, he's a wrestler like Kane, but he's called Co-Kane. Big Vito wants to fight him. He was supposed to fight him in the main event, but he didn't get a chance to because he beat up his partner, Steven Flowers or something. I'm going to say Flowers, but the new investor, Vince Russo, came in and stopped it and told JCW, hey, I'm going to take you guys to the next level. Tired of your clown shit, blah, blah, blah. They have big stars tonight. Yeah, Cowboy James Storm, former TNA world champion, up on there fighting their main guy, Kerry Morton. And they tell you what to expect right in the beginning of the show. Their storylines start from beginning to end. I love it. Hit that like, subscribe. I love that too. Let's double our numbers. We went from 30 to 60 to 100. Then last week we had 200 viewers. So please help it out. That'd be very, very cool. Let's try to make this show mid again. Let's try to grow with JCW. I'm all about it. I'm all about catching that nostalgia from the Attitude Era. It's an adult show. It's a wrestling show. They're not laughing at your face. They're not telling you we're going to raise the ticket prices on you. They ain't telling you we're not talking about history. We're going to erase all of the pay-per-view numbers. They ain't lying to you. They ain't cherry coding and telling you, oh, it's for the kids. And meanwhile, half their rosters bleed, you know, whatever. You get where I'm coming from. Hit that like before Michael Myers comes in to, you know, do something about it, you know? Nonetheless, let's see a little bit about the DMs we got. We got some DMs we got from Anton Baum. Were you shocked? And who is Bin Hameen? Was I shocked of you being the investor? No, I wasn't. Because towards the end, I sort of felt like they did already show this on X. If you follow Vince Russo on X, you would have already seen the video of him coming out. The silhouette of the mystery character was Vince Russo. So they really didn't narrow it down. And Bin Hameen, I believe, is his right-hand man in a way, in a sense where they both said they worked with USA, being a liaison, telling them what storylines to do with the WWE during the pandemic era. He helped create the Ali storyline. What was it? Retribution. He wanted him to be more of a Muslim character, but he turned it down. But now he's doing it again. So there you go with that. He's broke a lot of good news. He has a show on his channel, Bin Hameen or Hameen Media Group, Friday Night Locker, Monday Night Locker Room with a couple of other guests, RBV. And they break down a lot of great wrestling news, a lot more than Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer for free on YouTube. I tell you not, they do good. Next message on X. If you want to send me a message, go to X. Luis Reyes, is Ninja Mac the flip guy? Ninja Mac is the other guy that people love that had a match today. He's right up there with Mecha Wolf. He's one of the guys that were trending worldwide a few months ago, maybe even almost a year ago, where he just did this backflip from the middle of the ring continuously. I kid you not. I'm not exaggerating. He did 20 backflips from the middle of the ring over the top rope, landed it, kept on doing it, and hit the back all the way to the stage to hit a move on somebody. That was epic. I retweeted that. He followed me. Props out to Ninja Mac. He's from Japan and Texas, if I got that right. And he comes out to real music. A lot of the wrestlers come out to radio music, and I love it. That's that ECW vibe. Let's see how far they can get away with it, though, because it is YouTube. And one of the guys, there's a character that changes his gimmick every time. He was Mr. Rogers one week. Today he was a corrections officer, and he came out to some real music. He came out to Akon. Locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. Hit that like and subscribe. So there's that. Jamel White, miss you, man. Thank you. Excuse me, man. I haven't been out in the studio, my mom's basement, in like a couple. You seen how my, but thank you, man. Miss you too, brother. I miss you a lot, big time. We got Charlie Mavs who sent me a DM. I like the show. Please continue. I'm gonna try to keep it sweet and short and sweet, man, because I don't want to do my stay. As well as Cora Jones. Will you open up the panels? Yeah, I guess I'll drop a link if anybody wants to come and chat. I don't know. I will drop it. Drop it like it's hot. And shout out to the trolls who were dissing me last week. That was hilarious. But we got Cena Nation. We got Michael Harper. Shout out to Michael Harper. I haven't seen you. King Moxley, Cena Nation. Please hit that like. Harper. Michael Harper. I can't even pronounce it. Sean Harper. Oh, my God. And everybody else. Adam Cole couldn't do that. Nonetheless, let's see if I missed anybody else from the top. Thank you so much. The timeline is confusing. Yeah, it is. My bad. It is. They are doing great with the show. I agree 100%. Let's see where it takes us from, next week. The only problem hopefully they don't have is if you follow them on X, you sort of get a head start. You get a hint of where they're going. But I think their fan base and the people that want them to succeed overlook that and want to indulge in, go with the flow and suspend disbelief, that old saying, And that's sort of me. I don't care if Matt Cardona does win next week and I am right. Who cares? Because there's a lot of other things throughout the show that they don't show and that they don't post up on X that do surprise us. The skits, Big Vito has improved so much from the first show. I love it. If you don't follow me up on that platform, if you follow me on the webcam, you can't say I'm up on here anymore. It's crazy how strict they are. It's crazy how expensive StreamYard is right here. The last time I was up on here, they gave you so many features for free. So many features. I could have posted a picture up on here, an intro for free. But now, then they charge you like $20, whatever. Now they charge you $40-something, $40-something bucks just to play an intro, to make this little duck guy disappear, to have HD. Like, I don't want to see myself. Like, do you want to see me in 1080? Like, I'm looking at myself while I talk to you, and I'm like, man, I don't even want to see myself. That troll last week said I look like a fat Charlie Kirk. Then I got called a ball show 4 years ago. They said, look at your receding hairline. Look at you, man. Look at you. Look, I was like, God damn. I came up on here speaking positivity. I wanted to talk about wrestling. I see all my good friends up on there. I see Moxley, Cena Nation. The whole list goes on. And I'm just like, then I see that one troll. I'll be having a good day. I'm like, God damn. Damn it. Ruined my whole entire day. Then I got to put this mask on over here and walk the streets and scare kids. Not even on Halloween, on Thanksgiving, I dress up as Michael Myers and I just stand out people's windows talking about, let me get a turkey. And they be screaming like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, give me a turkey. But nonetheless, StreamYard is very disgusting. It is, man. I need to get a better stream, man. They just took so much money. Like they want money. So props to anybody you see that has 10 panels, this duck goose guy gone. They're spending $40 a month. $40 a month. Jesus. I don't even have enough super chats for my lifetime to even amount to that. Nonetheless, follow me up on X. I'm going to do a little short live stream on there as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Moxley. Thank you, Harper, Cena Nation, and the rest, especially this person right here. Let me see if I could pronounce your name right. You're new to the chat. Razmunakov. Oh my God. Is that Russian? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to say it slowly. Razumov from Las Vegas. Man, I wish I didn't drink that Fago in the beginning. I am so hyper from before. I am so hyper. Now I'm coming down. I'm going to be on X. I'm going to do a little spaces over there and see how things go. Thank you. Love you guys. See you next week. I might do something in the middle during the week, Q&A or just a fun show because I want to try to get in the mood of doing lives again. So I like you guys. Till then, Like Joe Cronin says, stick that finger up, where it, hit that like on the way out. And peace, be safe, happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful for living, man. Just be thankful for that. If you don't have family, friends, or whatever, you're alive, you're breathing, right? Peace.